Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be giving you guys my January TBR. I know we're kind of already through January, but I wanted to give this to you guys. I have been reading a lot more lately, which has been amazing. I kind of took a really big break from reading after I kind of was like binge reading, and then I stopped, and then I just got really engrossed in social media. And if you guys know, I have not been on social media during the month of January, so I gave myself a lot of time extra to read. So I have a really ambitious TBR. I'm not at all expecting that I'm gonna get through all of these books because there are a lot of them. I am going on a cruise, so I'm gonna be taking a couple of these books. You can always check my Goodreads to know what I'm reading, any reviews that I give. I already finished my first book of January, which is awesome. I'm super excited. I set my Goodreads reading goal of 52 books, so that way I can give myself a week. Each week I want to read a book. I think that's pretty doable for me, and I think I can probably get ahead by a little bit. So let's just get into the books. So if you guys pick up on a theme, you'll be able to see I'm doing a lot of kind of psychological books this month, which I'm really excited about. I love those kinds of books, you know, self-help, whatever you want to call them. I'm really interested in kind of all those kinds of things, and your relationship with yourself and your body and your mind and how to be successful, all those kinds of things. This is Angela Duckworth's Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. I listened to her TED Talk, absolutely fell in love, absolutely love this idea of grit, basically meaning that it is more important, it is more valuable, not necessarily important, wrong word, valuable, to have grit than to be just a smart person. So the reason for that being because grit, in a sense, I mean, I'm only like 30 pages in, but it's essentially what she's saying is grit trumps smartness only because somebody who has a higher volume of grit is able to do the same work of a smart person, just harder. And when you have to work harder, it makes you learn things better in a way. I don't know, these are kind of just arbitrary terms. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's not important to be intelligent. But her point is, people who have to work harder to do the work of somebody who is just naturally intelligent, somebody who just naturally gets everything, it's more important because in the long run, when they face harder problems down the road, because we eventually all have to face harder problems, it's easier for them because the intelligent person who's never had to work before doesn't understand why there's a problem. They used to just get everything easily. So that was great. The next 3 books my dad actually gave to me for Christmas. My dad was like, I want you to read these and I want you to get your sister to read them. So I'm on a mission to read these 3 books. I'm not gonna be able to finish them all this month, so they'll probably roll over into next month as well. But these are all books that he read and he thinks are great books for just kind of having a good mindset on being a successful person. And these are all 3 really famous books that I've never read but I want to read. So the first one is How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Only Book You Need to Lead You to Success by Dale Carnegie. Next book is Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert B. Cialdini. I don't know, I'm really bad. I think that's an Italian last name. I'm bad with that. And I took 2 years of Italian in high school. And then the next one is The Success Principles, How to Get From Where You Are to Where You Want to Be by Jack Canfield. So I have been really kind of on the search this past few months, especially this last year, of just where I feel like I fit in, where I feel like I'm supposed to go and be and what I'm supposed to do. I've taken this gap year. And so my dad kind of was just like, read these books and it'll help you figure it out. Kind of just, we have to try and solve our problems the best way we can. And so for him, he's always just been like, just read a book, just read it and figure it out. And so I'm really thankful. I'm really happy. I'm excited to try these out. Obviously I've heard of this book. This is one of the most popular books ever, of the How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'd never heard of Influence, but I, again, love psychology books. I love the idea of being able to influence people by the way we speak. The next book is a book that we are all familiar with. It is Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. I never finished this book, which is crazy. I know, guys, give me a little bit of space. I decided to take a long time off reading, so I'm excited to get back into this. This is one of my favorite series. You guys know the Outlander series is incredible. I love it. It's so good. So if you don't know the story behind these, just look up Outlander. They're such good books. They're such good books. And then the last book, I want to read at least a biography a month, or try to read a biography a month. So I'm gonna give Yes Please another shot. I listened to a podcast recently where they talked about Amy Poehler and Yes Please, and I love her show. I absolutely love Parks and Rec. I think that is one of my favorite shows of all time. And so I like her as a person. I love when she like just her outlook on things, and she's so funny, and I don't know, and just I remember one of the girls of the podcast I was listening, she was talking about how Amy Poehler was saying that about as women we need to cheer each other on, and just because somebody else does something that we wouldn't do, her phrase was good for her, not for me, and so just kind of like I don't know, I just love it. I love the aspect. I'm super excited. I'm gonna try and read a biography a month so that way I can kind of get just a different perspective, and I think that'll be fun and a good challenge. So thank you guys so much for watching my TBR. These are all the books I hope to read, not necessarily going to accomplish them all because there's a few there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you back here later.